Run, Luffy, run! Hi guys, Nerdy Perkins here, bringing you my review for One Piece episode 742, Bond Between Father and Daughter, Kyros and Rebecca. So just a rundown of what happened in the episode. We have Luffy running with Rebecca to reunite with Kyros. A little bit of them fighting with Marines. Then Rebecca running by herself to go meet Kyros. As well as a ton of just like rehashed flashbacks that we've probably seen like over 2-3 times by now. Maybe even more. And then we get the Rebecca-Kyros reunion before the mid-episode bumpers. And then we get Fujitora arriving at the East Port with the Straw Hat and the other Colosseum fighters. And that was pretty cool. And then we have the Tontatas stopping the Marines. We see that the Tontatas has taken weapons and bullets from the Marines, as well as sewing together the ships. Yeah, I think if I recall in the manga, that's a little more, they just say a little more about it, how like if they move at all, like they're just catastrophic failure and like the ships will just capsize and whatnot. And then we finally end with Law and Sengoku finally meeting and discussing their past history. Well, sort of discussing. It's kind of a one-way conversation for the most part in this part of the episode. So let's get into kind of my thoughts. The first half of this episode was just padding galore. Like they were literally just padding for time. They probably could have cut at least a minute or two of that and gotten a little more of Law and Sengoku at the end there. Because I think there's more to that conversation. A little spoilery, but not that bad. I do apologize if anyone doesn't like that I said that. But anyway, it was slow, tons of flashbacks. When Luffy was facing off against the Marines, they were just like, they just used still panels, no like moving shots, which I guess is understandable. It's not like this is an episode you need to put a lot of budget into, but like I said, it's just like the first part of this episode was really slow. The one thing I really liked about it was the Luffy running through the building and the guy's just like, "Hey, that's my meat!" Luffy steals a piece of meat, as pirates do. So I thought that was actually a pretty funny gag that they threw in there. As to the Kyros and Rebecca reuniting, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm just glad it's over at this point. I do like, the one thing that I did like about the flashbacks is they really like hit home the like Kyros not wanting to really like touch his daughter because he feels like he's impure. So if they could have probably cut out like everything except for that and the like them walking through the snow singing the soldier song. So like that's how I feel about that. It is, you know, it was all right. Just I could have done with probably a lot less flashback. So then we cut to after the commercial break, and we have Fujitora flying in, which was really cool. I wasn't that impressed with the animation, but still just a cool image of him flying towards everyone and Zoro slashing at the rock and breaking it apart. Just really cool imagery being used there. The one gag that I really liked, and I noticed it and could appreciate it a lot more because of the One Piece podcast pointing this out when they were doing their read through for the, I think it's volume 81 that recently came out. But just to give you an idea what I'm talking about, in Japanese, bullets are translated or just referred to as balls. So when they're saying like all our bullets and weapons are gone, they're saying like all their balls are gone. And you see a guy in the background. You can go back and look when they just show like a pan shot of all the soldiers like trying to figure out where their bullets went. You have a guy just looking down his pants, and it's just a funny little gag and a pun of the use of balls. So that was that I found entertaining, and I was glad that I could kind of see that in the background because of the One Piece podcast, which is fantastic. If you haven't already watched it, I highly recommend it. But anyway, and then we get to the last scene, which I loved this in the manga, and I thought it was really well done, and I think they actually spent a lot of time like really making sure that this looked good. Specifically the shots of Sengoku's face, and him like just staring down Law. I like I said, I really connected with the Law and Corazon flashback, and just pardon me, just Sengoku like seeing the picture of the shot down Rosadante and just crying over it was just so heartbreaking, and I thought it was really well done in this. I wish, like, I need to go back and see if there was more to the conversation. I think there was, but it's just like, I wish they had just, like, cut out a little bit from the beginning so that we could get that ending portion, and just see the rest of that, because it's probably one of my favorite moments in this, like, end portion of Dressrosa. Definitely my favorite moment of this particular episode. And then we have, next week we're getting back into the good stuff. No more like slow padding stuff, hopefully, with Luffy fighting Fujitora, which from the preview looks pretty awesome and looks like it's going to be pretty well done. So I'm really excited for that. And it's going to be a really good next several episodes, I think, personally. I'm curious if they're going straight into Film Gold filler after this and how they're gonna incorporate that with the crew broken up, but that'll be a conversation for another time, probably, like I said, in another like probably another month, I would guess, because I think that works out, and that would probably be the perfect time to kind of air that for the release in Japan of Film Gold. Please, please come to America, please. Anyway, overall, I thought this episode was meh. Like, I give it a 2, maybe like 2.5. Like, this is probably the lowest score I've done for an anime chapter. I forget what I scored last week, but it was in that low area. I think I might have done like a 2.53 or something like that. But this was just like way, way too much flashback padding for me. And it's just like, come on, I want to see the good stuff, get to the good stuff. But anyway, yeah, so that's my thoughts on the chapter overall. If you liked this video, if you liked my opinion of it, give a click on that like button. You can subscribe to my channel where I do One Piece anime reviews every week. And if you're caught up with the manga, I also do manga live reactions and chapter reviews, so you can check those out. I'll throw a little card up that can you know, link you to that other stuff if you're interested at all. You can find me on Twitter at nerdy_Perkins, as well as some other places down in the description below. You can leave any comments to me about what you thought of the episode, and your opinions on all this stuff that I talked about. Yeah, anyone else out there hoping that we get One Piece Film Gold? I certainly am. Yeah, that's about it for now. Like I said, I'm going to give this a 2.5, like a 2 to a 2.5. Like, it just was like meh for me. Yeah, until next time, guys, stay nerdy.